Welcome to Helsingborg, where history, seaside charm, and modern spirit meet. In this video, we'll explore its streets, waterfronts, and landmarks, and see why it's known as the Pearl of the Sound. So come along and experience Helsingborg with us. Curiosity brought us to Helsingborg, just north of Malmö. It's only a 40-minute train ride, and suddenly, we're here. Stepping out of the station, we let the city lead us, walking with open minds, not quite sure what we'd find in this seaside town. We followed the crowd into Helsingborg's pedestrian heart. Kullagan, opened in 1961 as Sweden's very first pedestrian street, still buzzes with shops and cafes. Right alongside runs Bruksgatan, a smaller, cozier street lined with restaurants and boutiques. Together, they show how Helsingborg blends history with modern, walkable spaces. Leaving the shopping streets, we wandered through Stadsparken, the city's central green space, loved by locals for its flowers, playgrounds, fountain, and shady benches. Then we crossed the old cemetery, moving quietly among the stones, a place we passed with respect. The mood shifted as we reached St. Mary's Church, Helsingborg's oldest landmark. Built in the 14th century of red brick in Gothic style, its soaring vaults lift the eye toward heaven. The church was originally Catholic, but after the Reformation it became Lutheran, while still preserving much of its medieval character. A pulpit and pews were added for preaching, though in medieval times worshippers stood together in the nave. As we walked, we stepped across old tombs, the resting places of townspeople now mostly forgotten. At the center stands a 15th century altarpiece, richly painted and gilded with scenes from the lives of Christ and the Virgin Mary. Above it hangs a large crucifix from the same period, the two together forming the heart of the church's medieval heritage. Around them, tall Gothic windows let in soft daylight, while burning candles add their own warm glow, filling the church with color, light, and the faint scent of wax. On the walls, traces of 15th century frescoes still remain, though their origins are largely unknown. Leaving the church in silence, we step back into the city, where another landmark rises, Rådhuset, Helsingborg's neo-Gothic city hall. Rådhuset, Helsingborg's city hall, was built in 1897 in neo-Gothic style. Along the way, old photographs and monuments recall scenes from Helsingborg's past. From City Hall, we paused for a quick break at Stortorget, the main square, before continuing on to Kärnan Tower. Rising high above the city, this medieval tower is Helsingborg's most famous landmark, once a fortress guarding the Öresund and a symbol of royal power. We climbed the Terrastraporna, the sweeping staircase built in the early 1900s, counting 146 steps along the way. At the viewpoint, we paused to admire Helsingborg, its rooftops, the park below, and the straits stretching out toward Denmark. Farther atop stands Kärnan, alone but undisturbed, still guarding as the last sentinel of Helsingborg's medieval past. The tower is open to the public seasonally, with a small fee to climb to the top. From here, the view across the city and over the Öresund shows why Helsingborg's strategic location mattered so much. For centuries, control of this strait was fiercely contested, and battles were fought to defend it. Down at the waterfront, the statue of Magnus Stenbock on horseback honors the Swedish commander who won the Battle of Helsingborg in 1710, a lasting reminder of how vital the Öresund has always been. Just beyond lies Hamntorget, the harbor square at the port of Helsingborg, where the maritime goddess statue has welcomed ships for more than a century. From there, we continued to Kulturhus, a modern cultural center where 5 rabbit statues highlight Helsingborg's creative and playful side. We carried on along the harbor and crossed Kvikbron, the bridge that links the harbor with the waterfront promenade. From here, fresh views of the city and the sea open up, giving visitors a clear sense of Helsingborg's role as a gateway across the Öresund, the strait that connects the Baltic Sea with the wider Atlantic through the North Sea. Strong winds and waves often batter this coast, and as a seaport city, Helsingborg has long relied on breakwaters. Known here as Vägbrotter, built to guard against the Öresund's restless waters. We walked along Parapeten, Helsingborg's historic breakwater, now a promenade where people stroll, fish, and watch ferries crossing to Denmark, and on clear days, even glimpse Kronborg Castle on the horizon. Just beyond, beachgoers gather at Tropical Beach, where flags flutter in the sea breeze and lend a lively, ceremonial feel to the waterfront. Nearby, the Four Sailors Monument shows bronze figures straining at a great ship's wheel, a tribute to the solidarity of seafarers. Together with the maritime goddess, it stands as a reminder of Helsingborg's enduring maritime heritage. This journey, which began with curiosity, ends with a clearer understanding of Helsingborg's importance, as both a gateway across the Öresund and a place where history, culture, and everyday life meet at the water's edge. With that, our walk through Helsingborg comes to a close. We took the same route back to the train station, this time heading to Lund, the university city. But that's a story for the next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.